Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ascending Change podcast. We at Sentient are excited to announce the rebrand of our podcast, formerly known as Survive and Thrive, to Ascending Change. We feel that aligns more to our overall brand of Sentient, which is all about elevating meaning at work and helping the conscious leader realize positive and sustainable change. You can follow us on any of your favorite podcast platforms. And if you hit subscribe, you'll be notified of any new content that we push out. This season, we are kicking off a series around AI for business good. We are excited for this season's theme around AI change for business good. We've got some exciting conversations that we're going to have in the months ahead. And to get us started, I thought I would just talk a little bit about why this subject now. And I'm sure for those of you that are tuning in, you have likely heard a lot of buzz already around AI. So whether this is a very new subject for you that you're just trying to dip into, or whether you are more seasoned, regardless, we've got some content that will help leaders plan for and consider what they need to do to help their organizations navigate the inevitable changes that will come and already are here. So just a couple of points to make about why now we're talking about this so much and why there seems to be so much buzz about AI in the marketplace is that currently we have the potential to realize, as a result of generative AI breakthroughs, some gains to our economy to the tune of an estimated $4 trillion to the global economy. This would be on top of the estimated 11 trillion that non-generative AI and other forms of automation could contribute to the global economy. Now, this is from a McKinsey Global Institute study produced in June of 2023. $4 trillion is roughly the size of the entire German economy, which I think may be around the fourth largest, but someone would have to check that for me. So the productivity gains and the contribution to our global economy could be substantive. Why now? Why could this be so impactful today, tomorrow, in the years to come? It is because we've been experiencing for a while now a decline in labor productivity for years. In fact, there is an estimated percentage drop from 1.73% in labor productivity growth before the financial crisis to 0.53% the decade before the pandemic. And the largest sector of the economy that's experiencing the least productivity happens to be in the labor market, which is those areas that fall outside of manufacturing and trade. So some of the contributing factor to this slow productivity growth falls in an area that relies heavily on human workforce. And when we consider the fact that 75% of our global economic output is dependent on workforce, and that workforce is aging, then we have a supply issue. This, coupled with recent acceleration of worker preferences being expressed in workers wanting to have greater autonomy, flexibility, purpose, and reduced levels of stress at work, contribute to maybe what you might call a perfect storm or a perfect platform for things like generative AI to really create some significant breakthroughs for us. Now, why we're hearing about it more is that some of the more recent developments are significant. And though we had digital machines in the past performing tasks for us for many years, we are now seeing technology that provides access to tasks that were traditionally seen as really human-only tasks. So these would be categorized in the sector of knowledge-based industry or creative industries. So opportunities to address tasks in the medical profession or in the consulting profession or advertising profession. There are new areas of development or breakthrough that provide access to automating tasks in those areas that were not really previously accessible to us prior to more recent years. So one of the significant contributions to that is around the rise of large language molecules, which provide the basis for generative AI. So that's partially why you're hearing much more about this in the more recent years, is because these technologies allow for machines to generate human-like outputs by simply predicting the next word or sequence of words in response to a prompt. Another reason why this is fairly significant and why we're hearing a lot more about it today more than ever is because this also provides the ability to make generative AI tools much more accessible to the average human being, because you're able to use these technologies with ordinary language. It's not required that you have some special technical skill or a coding skill. So that is a great contributing factor to why we're hearing about it so much more today than ever. What's particularly noteworthy and why we at Sentient are being asked all the time to help our clients plan for and consider how they can adapt their ways of working to accommodate these changes is that in that same McKinsey report I referred to in the beginning of this, 60 to 70% of workers' time could be automated, freeing up much more human labor for advanced tasks. And it's predicted that about 2/3 of all occupation will change the way work is performed, some of them significantly. Now, what's also interesting to note, and we'll put the citations to some of these research points, is that current research suggests that under most scenarios, jobs will be gained more than necessarily lost as an impact of generative AI. And that this is very promising to provide ways for us to access greater productivity in a majority of our job functions than we've ever been able to access in the past. So yes, there may be certainly jobs that will go away, but for the most part, there's indication that more jobs will change and newer jobs that we've not even thought of yet will be created. So there's a real opportunity for organizations to get ahead and anticipate where they may be able to benefit from this and not just help create greater productivity, but help their humans free up some time to connect more to some of the meaningful aspects of their job functions. Now, there is risk as well, and we have responsibilities as humans, which is why we can't go anywhere too soon, because we have a responsibility to identify those risks and address those risks, both at the government level and at the organizational leadership level. So this series is really about exploring a number of these challenges and opportunities that present today and in our near future on how we can optimize AI change for good outputs, for business good, for community good, for humanity good, and where we need to pay attention so that we de-risk our situation if we see anything that might lead us to a place that would not benefit humanity. So I'm very excited that we're kicking off with this series. Please add your comments in the notes section below and let us know if there's specific things that you'd like us to talk about, and we can always bring those forward in an upcoming episode. So enjoy. If all that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on our YouTube channel and listen to us on your favorite podcast channels. Thank you so much, and welcome again to Ascending Change.